Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an airline pilot, and today we are going to fly the Boeing 777-200ER once again, and we'll be taking her on an absolute classic of a route from London Heathrow over to New York JFK. This is one of those lovely flights that are departing into the sunset, where we are going to fly all the way with a low sun until we're landing in New York with the sun just about touching the horizon. Overall, probably the nicest time to cross the Atlantic, and I'm really looking forward to this one. Now, the catering vehicles are already arriving at our airplane. I'd say that is a very good timing to start crawling on board over here as well. We are using the Boris sound pack together with the 777 so that we get maximum immersion over here. We'll also attempt to fly it on VATSIM, but should the controllers go offline by the time we are ready for departure, then we are going to switch over to Say Intentions AI. So let's hope that they're gonna stay online. If not, we do have a backup available. And with that, welcome back to the cockpit of the 777. Now, let's go ahead and take a seat here on the captain's seat and just start with a little check of the flight plan before we go over anything else. So let's download our flight plan from SimBrief, departing at 14:10 UTC, which is in 23 minutes. Now, let's open it up and start taking a look over here. So we are departing London in northwesterly direction, crossing Ireland and then heading over the Atlantic via Nuttrack Echo until we're eventually going southbound into New York. Our ETOPS alternates will be Shannon and Gander. Now, the significant weather chart, let's just have a look at the high-level chart over here. It's actually quite clear on our route, and that goes for the entire trip all the way over into New York. So, with our en route weather being good, let's have a look into our airport weather. And departing Heathrow, we got no clouds detected, 11 degrees, and beautiful weather with clear westerly winds. So runway 27 is going to be active, and then our destination New York has southeasterly winds. Pretty cold over there. The weather forecast is overall beautiful, and for our estimated time of arrival at 2200, we're looking at pretty much the exact same thing that they have right now. Our alternate in Boston has a beautiful forecast as well, and for our ETOPS sector, we are looking at Shannon, which we are going to cross from about 16 to 1800 UTC, so that's going to be beautiful weather conditions. And then we've got Gander, which is going to be irrelevant until about 2000 UTC, so we got tempo light showers of snow, but overall good weather conditions with the wind 260 degrees at 10 gusting 20, which is almost down the runway at Gander. So overall beautiful flying conditions. If we depart Heathrow on time, we're going to arrive in Kennedy, well, 15 minutes ahead of schedule. We're not critical with any of our weights over here, cruising in 360 first, 37 over the pond, and then 38 and eventually level 400. And looking down into the fuel section, 55.8 is our minimum takeoff fuel plus taxi. Now, question is, do we need any fuel for possible delays? I don't think so. So if we make that 56.3, we should be absolutely good to go. So let's head down here into the weight and balance app and import that stuff from SimBrief. And for our fuel, 56,300 is loaded and looking good, and I think that's everything we are going to need today. So with that done, let's have a look into our airplane, and we'll start up here, turning the ADRU on and the cockpit voice recorder as well. Then looking into the engines, the oil quantity is full. Let's go ahead and do a recoil up here, and all that stuff is checked. Then let's have a look into the status page, and both the oil is full as well as the oxygen. Then we can do a quick oxygen test on this side and on this side. Unfortunately, no third pilot on a flight like this. I mean, it's a short trip, 7.5 hours across the Atlantic, so we got plenty of time available. And you can go over here. Looks like the catering services are complete already, so let's go ahead and request boarding. Alright, and with that we have pretty much done our setup. Now refueling is complete, so let's go ahead and turn on the fasten seatbelt sign. and then we can start setting our Majesty up for our trip across the Atlantic. So let's get going, and I do want the flight plan down here, please, like this. Okay, so FMC 777-200 GE90 engine, nav database is up to date. Then we can copy and paste the GPS position, and we can go ahead and request our route uplink from Heathrow to JFK. Just 3,113 miles. We are really efficient today, aren't we? While we're waiting for that to arrive, nope, you are gonna keep the doors. I want that ATIS down here, please. Airport, ATIS request, and we're looking for Echo Golf Lima Lima, and we do want the VATSIM ATIS, and let's send that, please. Okay, route uplink is here, let's load that thing, and our call sign is wrong, I think. Yep, it is. It's gonna be Speedbird 15 Kilo. Too many messages down here. Okay, so Speedbird 15 Kilo is our call sign. Now, departing runways. Let's see, 27 right, and our route takes us to Compton, so it's going to be the Compton 3 Foxtrot departure, and for the time being we are planned to land with the ANAV approach. I think ANAV X-ray, 2 to left is what it's set on the ATIS. So let's just go ahead and stuff that in there. Pucky 1 arrival and coming in via Ponct. And that's it. So route activate. Then let's go ahead and do a very quick check. Compton, Lima 9 Ditsa, November 14 Octet, direct Maddock, direct Vatry, direct Dogal. Then we got Nuttrack Echo. Let's see where that track message is hidden. It must be a little bit further up. Here it is. Okay, so track echo is 5520, 5530, 5540, 5450, and Nico. So that's all looking good. And then we are continuing via November 624 Charlie towards Anati. Direct Kovan, direct Ponct for the Pucky 1 arrival, giving us a ground distance of 3,110 versus 3,113. We don't need anything for the nav route page. I am going to draw a 25-mile ring on the fix info page. VNAV page, transition altitude 6,000 is correct. And now for the performance initialization, let's accept our uplink. Nonetheless, cross-check it anyway. And we've got alternate 3.9, final 2.6. Adding those together, we end up at 6.5. Small rounding error there probably. Flight level 360, costing 30, minimum fuel temperature minus 44. Cruise CG will insert 30, and the rest is looking good. And for the takeoff page, noise abatement procedure number 2 is in there. So the final thing for us to do is to cross-check our standard instrument departure. So let's find that thing. Compton 3 Foxtrot from 27 right is straight ahead to intercept the 255 inbound to 7 DME, which is Delta 225 Golf. Then a right turn to cross the kilo waypoint between 3 and 6,000. We got 3,000 here, 6,000 there. Then we continue towards Woodley, 4,000, 6,000. Then we got the hotel waypoint at 6,000, and then to Compton at 6,000. So that's all looking fantastic. For our nav setup then, let's go ahead and put London in number 1 and Compton in number 2. And we'll take Woodley, what's that, 352 on both sides. Like that and like that, and then we are going to start with VOR ADF and VOR ADF, and then we'll be switching that around in flight later on. Okay, so all that stuff is looking good. Then we can put that thing away. The last thing for us to check is our oceanic waypoint. So starting with 5520. That is indeed the correct coordinate. Then we had 5530, and here too. We got the correct coordinates. Then we got 5540. And that is also correct. And lastly, we have 5450, which is also correct. Alright, lovely. So with that, our entire route is checked. Then we can execute this and copy, and that's it. Okay, so perf page on this side and route page 2 on that side. Alright, lovely. So that's everything cross-checked. Then let's start our panel scan. I am going to keep the APU off for the time being. Down here everything's on. That side is set. That side is set. Going up to the front then. Flight directors, auto thrust. All that beautiful stuff is coming on. Nav display 10 miles, airport, and... well, actually no terrain, so just the airport, and on the other side as well. Down here we got our checklists, which we can reset all. Lovely. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We don't need to reset our comm any longer. And down here, just to cross-check that ATIS again, runway is wet, depth not reported, coverage 100%. Flight train received of data links, reminded the mast contact delivery, wind 21010, 111009er. So let's set that, 1009er, and over here as well, 1009er, cross-checked. Okay, that's all looking fantastic. Then we can clear this for the time being. Auto brake, RTO, park and brake, set. We'll do the frequencies later on. For now, just the guard frequency. Here we go, and the rest is set. Weather radar goes to WXMT and transponder 2000. Alright, good. And with that, we have finished our flight deck setup. The IRS is still aligning. Probably going to be done in a few moments. Yeah, minute 30 to go. That is fantastic. Well then, let's go ahead and start with our departure briefing, please. So we are going to depart from London Heathrow, runway 27 right. Compton 3 Foxtrot departure, initial climb 6,000, minimum safe altitude is 3,000 feet, and extra fuel and time, we did not load any, should be absolutely good without. Okay, our taxi has no hotspots, and for the stop margin we will have plenty available. Engine out sits straight at 25, climbing 3000, and then back to runway 27 left, which is more than long enough. We're slightly overweight for an immediate return, but nothing to worry about. And for our standards, I've got nothing special, I've got nothing non-standard. Do you see any threats for today's departure? Well, the only one I see is the possibility of ATC going offline if that happens. Just gotta keep a good ear out on Honeycomb to make sure that nothing goes wrong. Any questions? Nope. Lovely, then that's our departure briefing completed. Okay, can we see anything up here in terms of how our boarding is progressing? Looks like they're still rather active up there. Looks like we can't see anything, that's fine. Alright, let's go ahead and request our IFR clearance. So, the ATIS is Information Hotel. Then, departure clearance request, ATIS Hotel. We're at gate 543. And the facility is Echo Golf Lima Lima. And we'll call it a good afternoon. Alright, that's all looking fantastic. Then the clearance request is sent. And now we just gotta wait for that clearance to actually arrive. In the meantime, the alignment is complete, so let's start with the pre-flight checklist. Oxygen, tested 100%, flight instruments, heading 269er, altimeter 1009er, reading 100, set left, set right, pre-flight checklist complete. Okay, so message request received being processed. And here it is. Okay, speedboat 15 kilo is clear to JFK of runway 27 right, which is checked via the Compton 3 Foxtrot departure, which is checked. Initial climb 6,000 feet, squawk 7015, next frequency 118505. So that's going to be this one. Let's just turn the mic off for the time being. And yeah, Squawk 7015. Well, and that thing should have been standby all the time. Okay, thank you very much. Then we can accept this clearance. And here we go, accepted. Alright, our clearance is cross-checked and then everything is done. So, how's the boarding going? 175 of 235, okay, not too shabby. Well, let's go ahead and make use of that time and pretend that the load sheet has already arrived. So we have a zero fuel weight of 169.9. And that gives me a gross weight of 226.2. And that is checked. Landing weight 186.6 is also good. Takeoff CG 20. But why are we so much lighter? What was the flight plan? It was quite a bit heavier, wasn't it? Yeah, zero fuel 180.181. Wow. Okay, how's that the case? Let's just re-import. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so we keep the fuel that was 56,300. We haven't used any of that yet. Okay, so 181. Okay, that's looking better. And then we got a gross weight of 237.3, which is looking good. CG 27. So, performance tool, Heathrow, runway. Hello. 27 right, 3.5 kilometer is okay. So, CG is 27 and the weight 237. Like that. Anti-ice is not needed. Air conditioning auto. Weather. Well, what do we have here? Clearance confirmed. Thank you. And for the weather, that's 210 at 10. Temperature 11 and the QNH is 1009. Okay, calculate, and that's 59 degrees flex temperature. And that's 91.7% N1, which is checked against the box. Then flaps 5, CG 27, and that gives us takeoff speeds of 150, 153, 155. Like that. Alright. So that's all looking good. Trim 5 units, and then we can get rid of that EFB. Now let's have a quick look into the air page. Yeah, 12 degrees inside. Tell you what, start that APU so that we get some air conditioning going. Okay, so down here everything's done. Now the question, what's our boarding doing? 2:33, perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon from the flight deck. This is your captain speaking. My name is Emmanuel, and in the name of British Airways, I would like to welcome you all on board of our Boeing 777-200 on our flight to New York, John F. Kennedy. Today's flight time will be 7.5 hours, expecting a smooth ride all the way across the Atlantic and a beautiful arrival later on in the sunset. Thank you very much for being our guests today. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with us. And if there is anything we can do for you to make it more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask any of our charming cabin crew members. Thank you very much for your attention, and once again, welcome aboard. Alright then, you can close that door. The rest of the doors should be closing any moment anyway. And then let's get GSX to prepare the position for pushback and departure. And ground power, just wait a moment here. APU should come on. Yep, here it is. And yes, you can release the ground power units. Okay, lovely. So then we've done everything we had to over here. So ground from cockpit. Please confirm. Well, the doors are still in progress, I see. Okay, that's fine. Let's just help it a bit down here. So, ground service vehicles, release all. Door management, close all. As is happening right now. Perfect. And here we go, all closed. Alright, and arm all. Now, Ground equipment is removed, park and brake is set, and chocks are removed. I'm liking this. I'm starting to like this. Okay then. Ground from cockpit. Please confirm that all doors and hatches are closed, ground equipment is removed, and the bypass pin is installed. That's all confirmed, Captain. Thank you. Can we pressurize the hydraulics? Yes, you can pressurize. Alright, so there's 155. Runway heading 268 is looking fantastic. Initial climb 6,000 and LNAV and VNAV. Okay, hydraulics. So no fuel in center, that is lovely. Then we can trim it, we can set that squawk and start listening to that radio.
So it's link to 8 and then hold at Saturn.
Alright, before start checklist, flight deck door closed and locked, MCP, V2 155, heading 268, altitude 6000, takeoff speeds, V1 150, VR 153, V2 155, CDU pre-flight complete, trim 5 units, 0 and 0, taxi and takeoff briefing completed, before start checklist complete down to beacon.
Roger, what's your aircraft type?
An Airbus A320.
With 1912, Roger, cleared Dusseldorf, Brookman Park, 7 Foxtrot departure, so Bravo...
So, just gotta wait for this gentleman to receive his IFR clearance, and then we are ready to go as well.
Speedway 71 Alpha. What was the chart name again? Sorry, I'm also new.
Was there 1912? Can you please say again?
Oh no!
1 second, brake, vortex 205, runway 27 right, cleared for takeoff, winds at 210 degrees, 10 knots.
Clear for takeoff, 27 right, 205.
Heathrow Tower, good afternoon, Speedbird 15 kilo, request pushback and startup at 777-200 on the QNH 1009er.
Speedbird 15 kilo, Heathrow Tower, good evening, 543, pushback approved, face north.
543, push approved, face north, Speedbird 15 kilo.
Speedbird 448, monitor 122, decimal 8 for now.
Okay, so before start checklist complete. So ground, go. Pushback approved, face north, and the park and brake is set.
Was there 1912?
Roger, release park and brake.
Say that again, please?
Park and brake is released. Thank you. Start on the pushback and stand by for engine start.
And it's Bravo, Papa, Kilo, 7.
Roger.
The squawk is 021.
And the moment I call, the messages of appreciation for the channel are coming in.
Through Bravo, Papa, Alpha, squad code 0.
Alright, just said thank you very much there. Okay, lovely.
Papa, Kilo.
So then we are just standing by for... Well, just standing by to receive our start clearance for the engines from the ground, and that should literally come any moment.
And then find the others part. I'm looking at aerodrome chart 2-1.
Wow, that guy is really explaining stuff to the pilots. Doesn't happen often that, you know, Heathrow ATC actually has time for that. I appreciate it.
Speedbird 172 Heathrow Tower. Hello again, runway 2.
Okay then, let's go ahead and commence our engine startup. We'll start with the left engine.
Little land, running 37 left.
Vortex 205.
So let's listen to this. Boris sounds in action. And by the way, while you can still see it, take a close look at those fan blades on the engine and see how straight they are. That's the difference between the GE90 engines on the 300s, or the freighter, and the 200ER, which has downrated, well, the original version of the GE90 engine. That's quite cool.
And my whole short point was Titan through taxiway Bravo.
Yes, so Bravo to hold Titan.
Thank you for
okay,
your
so number 1 is progressing well.
Starting taxi.
Okay. Who else is calling, sorry?
Yeah, no, that's Speedbird 2718. I'll say I'm kind of...
Okay, good start on 1, starting 2. Clear 2.
Where are you stuck?
Yeah, gate 5.
Engine 2 start, and the pushback is completed, set
Clear for
brakes.
pushback, I'm just waiting for the company to pass.
Oh, Slipper 271A, I'm sorry, yes, of course. Yes, it looks like you're starting moving now, I'm sorry about that, completely forgot.
Yeah,
Well, that stuff also happens on VATSIM. I mean,
any second now, it's just passing.
nice apology from the controller there, so nothing wrong with it. Okay, so number 2 should have ignition any moment as well. For a moment I was about to say number 2 should light up any moment as well, but I'm kind of hoping that that's not going to happen.
Is there any intersection you would like?
Two someone 8.
Okay,
yeah, I can
that is
say,
looking fantastic.
A5 or 6.
Yep, fine with me. You can for 6.
So, ground flight deck, we have 2 good starts. Please prepare the airplane for taxi, and I'll see you with a clear signal on the left side, and have a good day. Bye-bye. So that's that.
Just let Tango, thank you via Alpha 3, runway 27 is cleared for
Just the
takeoff.
TCAS, which is checked.
0 degrees, that's 10 knots.
Alright, so that's the ramp agent. She's holding a pin, and the clear signal is received. Flight controls. Full up.
I'll just show 5 Tango. Thanks for great ATC. I really been,
Full down.
You've been amazing.
Neutral.
Thank you, really appreciate it.
Full left. Full right. And neutral. And the rudders. Full left. Full right. And neutral. B4 taxi checklist. Anti-ice. Auto. Recall. Checked. Flight controls checked. Ground equipment clear. B4 taxi checklist
taxi
complete.
link 23 and hold Alpha 1. Oh, you've gone past, that's fine. Just straight ahead and hold Alpha 1.
Link to 3 and hold Alpha 1. Left angle.
Speedbird 15 kilo, request taxi.
Stand by, Musketeer 25 Tango, so you've gone past it, but that's okay. Just straight ahead and hold Alpha 3 instead.
Turn ahead, Alpha 3 Musket. Left angle.
Who else got 3?
Speedbird 15 kilo for taxi.
Speedbird 15 kilo, taxi right, Bravo, hold at Titan.
Right Bravo, hold at Titan. Speedbird 15 kilo. Okay.
Select kilo, yep, sorry, left on Alpha, hold at Pluto.
Left on Alpha, hold up Pluto.
So, lights on, brakes off, and let's go. So we go straight ahead, and then first right at the end of the apron to hold short at Titan. And Titan is down here at the end, just past that turn. Okay, perfect. So that's an easy taxi route, can certainly do that.
Musketeer 25 Tango via Alpha 3, line up runway 27 right.
By Alpha 3, lining up runway 27 right. Left angle.
Shutdown Tango, monitor 122.8, good night.
128 and good night. Thank you for your help.
We Musketeer 25 Tango, runway 27 right, cleared for takeoff, surface wind 210 degrees, 10 knots.
Alright, and another one asking, are you a 330 driver? I seem to be.
Speedbird 278 is ready for taxi, please.
Alright, so the left hand side is clear and the right hand side is clear, and that's Bravo that we're approaching over here.
Then Alpha, hold at Alpha 6.
Yeah, 2718, taxi straight ahead, link 58, Alpha 6.
So 200 ER, a little bit.
We'll be closing in about 5 or so minutes, so he's hotel. We'll be closing in about 5 minutes.
Well, that's a good sign for us to add a little bit of thrust to make it all the way to our departure before tower is closing. So, just waiting. I was just about to say waiting for the cabin ready signal, and there it comes. Okay, beautiful. So, the cabin is ready, then we're gonna go for weather on our side and terrain on your side. And to review the takeoff briefing, it's gonna be a left seat takeoff of 27 right, flaps 5, noise abatement procedure procedure 2. Takeoff speeds 150, 153, 155, and the sit straight ahead left turnout. Climbing initially 6,000, contact departure when advised, and well, that's pretty much it. Before takeoff checklist. Before takeoff checklist complete.
Brake speed at 172, just right, and then left on Delta.
I'm just gonna cut this one over here, because there is no one standing there.
Calgary. Can you repeat for speed at 172?
Okay, so we continue all the way, and then slightly across the turn, and then we're at the end already, and that is where we are going to be ready for departure.
Super 347 November established on the ILS 27 left.
Super 347 November, Heathrow Tower, hello sir.
Alrighty, yeah, apart from that, it's a large airport, so it's a little bit of a taxi here, but I just really gotta say that I do like that Indy builds Heathrow. They've done a great job on it, and by now it's not even performance intensive anymore, at least for me here, getting pretty much the same frames that I'm getting anywhere else, which I do appreciate a lot. I mean, a lot of it is down to FS24 that has also done a lot of optimization compared to the early FS 2020, so many airports are running a lot better. I mean, in 2020, flying this from Heathrow to JFK might have been a thing performance-wise. Nowadays, with Sim Update 4 on FS 2024, it's just working so incredibly well.
Speedbird 15 kilo, when able, make your next left to join Alpha and hold Alpha 3 instead, please.
Okay, next left and short Alpha 3, Speedbird 15 kilo, you called just in time. Alright, that was quite the harsh braking, but since the cabin ready signal had already been received, we have good grounds to believe that everyone is seated. Well, namely everyone has to be seated, otherwise the cabin wouldn't be ready, so that's why I did it. Otherwise would it just have continued to the next one. But I think I see his reason for the problem. If you look up there, there's an aircraft standing there.
Was there 1912 ready for push and start?
Okay, so the whole short Alpha 3, and that's up there, right at the runway. And now it starts raining, so let's just go down here, runway, wet, recalculate.
Tower, good evening, Steve 910.
Okay, and do we need anti-ice now? No, 11 degrees, 40, 53, 55.
November, Heathrow Tower, hello, cleared Frankfurt, jetting to Foxtrot departure, squawk 6026.
So V1 is now 140, 153, 155. And that's all looking good. The assumed temperature is unchanged, so that's all good. So it is India 1009, we got that QNH, that's all good.
Are you ready for departure?
Yeah, 2718, Roger, ready.
Scuba 2718, Roger, from Alpha 6, runway 27 right, cleared for takeoff.
Ooh, from Alpha 6, fancy. Where is that guy?
Surface wind, runway 27 right, clear for takeoff, speedbird 2718, and thank you very much.
From here? Okay, wow.
Speedbird 4 Papa Tango, just to confirm, are you on 27 left?
So Alpha 3 is on the left over there, and the right side is clear.
Let's get to a single request for the climb.
Moscow 25 Tango, sorry, monitor 122.8, good night.
122.8, thanks for a great service, bye-bye.
Bye. Swiss 4 Papa Tango, Heathrow.
A-Phone, go ahead.
Just confirm, are you on 27 left or 27 right? It should be 27 left to land.
Oh, right, because we were told it was 27 right for landing.
Did I tell you that? I might have, sorry. In that case, yeah, that's fine. Just continue in 27 right for now. There will be one departure ahead.
A-Phone, yeah.
Let's hope that that departure is us, if people are approaching incorrect runways.
Request push and start.
Okay, so let's see. Not really wet outside yet, but now we got the wet figures, so that's all good. And just to be sure, wet runway, rest unchanged, E-firm.
Speedbird 15 kilo, Roger, via Alpha 3, runway 27 right, cleared immediate takeoff, winds are 210 degrees, 10 knots, traffic is on about a 4 knot final.
Fire Alpha 3, 27 right, cleared immediate takeoff, speedbird 15 kilo.
Swiss 4 Papa Tango, if you haven't already, reduce to your minimum safe approach speed.
Okay. Cabin crew, prepare for departure. So all the procedures are complete, and
Papa Tango, did you copy?
A-Firm, go ahead.
If you haven't already,
gentleman.
reduce to your minimum safe approach speed.
A-Firm, we are at minimum, 130
Alright.
knots.
So let's put those wipers on.
Speedbird 2718, monitor
I
122.
mean, he's on a 3 mile
goodbye.
final right now, that's not a problem at all.
Yeah, going to 122.8. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, are you ready?
Shuttle Kilo, hold at Alpha 3. There will be landing traffic on 279.
On runway 2.
Takeoff.
Right.
Speedbird 347 November, left on Alpha, stand 515.
Stabilized.
515
So takeoff thrust.
Kilo 89 Hotel, you with me?
Cleared, Kilo 89 Hotel with you.
Kilo 89 Hotel, hello,
Thrust set.
runway 27 left. You are cleared to land, surface winds 210 degrees, 10 knot, and vacate to the left.
Tracked.
Exit to the left, 27 left, cleared land, Kilo 89 Hotel, turn.
Shuttle Kilo behind the landing Swiss Airbus A320neo on a 3 mile final, via Alpha 3, line up runway 27 right behind.
Alpha 3 behind.
Swiss 4 Papa Tango,
All
runway
gone.
27 right, cleared to land.
You're up.
Land runway 27 right, shuttle 4 Papa Tango.
Okay, wipers off. Don't want to scratch that windshield.
You with me?
And 400. El Navina on. Lovely view outside, isn't it? So, flaps 1. Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Speedbird 15 Kilo, monitor 122.8. Thanks for that, bye.
Monitor 122.8, and thank you so much for the great service today. Speedbird 15 kilo.
Yeah.
Flaps up. Speed check. Flaps up.
295 for taxi.
Scandinavian 295, taxi link 28 and Alpha, hold at Saturn.
Taxi to link 28 Alpha and hold at Saturn, Scandinavian 295.
Alright, there we go, the flaps are up, anti-ice auto, and after takeoff checklist. After takeoff checklist complete. So he did hand us over already. 122.8. And then let's continue that climb, say to 15, or 16 for now. And remove all those restrictions, please.
Hey, throw traffic, Speedbird 6 Whiskey, we captured
Here we
local
go.
from the 27 after the passing traffic, which I believe is an A320, we'll go on the final to Sunday.
Alright. Autopilot, and here we go. I'm just loving it. You put the autopilot on, and there is just no reaction from the airplane. That's exactly how you fly it in the real world. Alright, so let's have a look. Estimated time of arrival 21:14, but I don't think we got the wind in yet. Might have forgotten that on the ground. So let's just load that now. 21:57. That is perfect. Schedule is 22:05. Is that standard? Standard cross check, passing level 64 now. Alright, so can we take any good shortcuts here? Like maybe direct bip bip. How on earth do you pronounce that waypoint? Bip P? Okay, let's fly to Oxor. So, Oxor, direct, and LNAV available, LNAV. So, optimum flight level 360, recommended level 340. Well, probably going to start in 360 anyway, because we may not get many chances to switch our level before the oceanic entry, so I'd rather have that straight away. Okay. And I think that's pretty much it. So, let's already work ahead for our crossing. Oh, and in the meantime, why are we just doing 1,900 feet a minute? I mean, it's a 200 ER, it doesn't have too much power, but, you know. Okay, now it's climbing a tad faster. Suppose that's gonna be alright there.
Also requested clearance to depart.
And someone's requesting clearance for departure on Honeycomb. Probably ain't gonna get that. Alright, so let's go ahead and get a couple of weathers over here. Starting with Echo India November. Single request VATSIM sent. And then we're also looking for Charlie Yankee Quebec X-ray. Single request VATSIM and sent. So, current channel weather is absolutely good, and the latest Shannon TAF is fantastic as well. 32010, staying exactly like that. Beautiful. Okay, then we need that Gander weather, and apart from that, we're pretty much done.
I know, I went around, yeah.
Okay, so I think we can release our passengers, should be fine. Like that. Alright, lovely. So with that, we've pretty much done everything. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with us. And then I'll see you all when we start the approach on the other side. And looking down here at Gander, that seems to be fantastic as well. Okay, beautiful. Well then, as mentioned, see you all on the other side. Alright, my friends, isn't that a fantastic view of New York City right in front of us? We got the Central Park over here, there's Manhattan, the entire island. I think that's the Empire State Building that just spawned over there, and then there is JFK Airport over here. Now, our approach is going to be an especially interesting one, since they are using the Arnav Zulu approaches for 13 left, and that is that famous beautiful approach that's leading you right in a long final turn onto the final approach. Now, we're at 19,000 over here, or flight level 190, reducing 250, as was assigned by Auto ATC, so let's go ahead and call approach and see what they're going to assign us. So that's going to be on 125.7. Yoke approach, speedbird 15 kilo heavy, level 190, overhead Pucky, speed 250.
For Speedbird 15 kilo heavy, New York approach, hello. Unfortunately, I'm closing up shop here, so you can switch over to advisory frequency. It's the RNAV Zulu, runway 13 left. You can contact the ground on 121.9 after you land.
That's too bad. I was hoping to do a nice video here, but then we go over to advisory, speedbird 15 kilo.
Sorry about that. I've been on for like 6 hours. It's time for me to be done. I appreciate you flying into Kennedy, though. We'll catch you next time.
Cheers.
American 1029, you can contact ground 121.9.
119, American 1029.
So you choose New York because they're online,
At this time.
and then they're all leaving. It's always the same thing when flying in VATSIM. Always the same thing. So there is Tonal Honeycomb, is that the CTAF frequency over here? I suppose we gotta have to find out. Or we just type it into the client.ctaf KJFK, and that's 119.1. That's a tower frequency? Yeah, it is. Okay, that's a pity. Alright, well, so be it then. I suppose we are gonna start that descent. I kept the airplane high because that's what Auto ATC told me, but if there is no more ATC online, then yeah, might as well just get down quickly now. So, heading select, level change, give me 10,000 here. Like that, the seatbelts are on anyway, and then set QNH. So 3013 is cross-checked and passing 18,600, 700 now. Okay, good. So we'll fly past the airport, then into a right-hand downwind, and then onto the final via assault. Interesting waypoint names over there. Well, just saying, rifle is not far away either. Okay, so let's go ahead and help it a bit here. Give me that speed brake to get us down. And then we can go ahead and start talking about the approach. As mentioned, we're flying the famous RNAV Zulu approach, runway 13 left, and this is what it looks like. So we'll be coming in from assault towards Canarsie. Yeah, that's the former famous Canarsie VOR. And then from Lesa we are going to fly via the lead-in lights onto the final for runway 13 left, landing over there, doing that very late right-hand turn. The minimum is 1260. The weather today is actually very, very good. So if we just look down here into the ATIS review for our JFK, 170 at 7, 3 degrees, 3013, GPS Zulu 13 left in use. Okay. So that's pretty much that part. Now let's continue our descent down to like, well, let's make it 6,000 for now until we're clear of the departure area, because they are departing runway 13 right, which is just about adjacent to our approach runway. So better get down quickly and then maintain a good altitude while we're flying over the field. So I'd say we just start the right-hand turn now already, so that's gonna be a heading of like, what, 220-ish? Let's make it 230. On the turn over there, also lights are coming on since we're in the US. Okay, so can we already spot that field? It's gotta be just off the right hand side. Yep, there it is. Now that's the type of view that I'm loving. So this will be our landing runway, and this will be our approach in a moment. Beautiful, isn't it? I mean, just look at this. Absolutely fantastic. Also gotta love all the snow over here. Okay, so I suppose we are just gonna get started with the approach briefing then. So yeah, your turn. Thank you. So threats for the arrival are going to be the QNH blunder error, but we got everything visual, and apart from that, maybe separation is a bit of a problem if there is any other traffic around, even though at the moment I don't see any. Okay, well, we are pretty much clear of the departure runway, so let's go down to 3000. So for the approach, we are going to fly the former Canarsie approach, now GPS Zulu approach, runway 13 left, and we are doing that all guided by the automatics until down here, and then we're going to switch over to everything manual. Now for our arrival, we have an MSA of 3,600 feet due to the skyscrapers over there in Manhattan, and apart from that, nothing special over here. Minimum 1260, extra fuel and time. So the minimum fuel is 6.5 and we come in with 9.7, giving us roughly 25 minutes on top here. Okay, thanks for that. So the approach is going to be flight director guided to the final turn, then we'll turn the flight directors off. We'll be using the auto thrust on the entire way in. We've got nothing special or non-standard here, and the auto brake is going to be on level 3, flaps 30 and maximum reverse to vacate the runway to the right hand side. Then we'll see about the taxi in. And that's about it. Do you have any questions or suggestions? Nope? Lovely, then that's the briefing complete, so let's do the approach checklist. Altimeters, QNH 3013. Approach checklist complete. Okay, so, let's build a little final here. Covir, then 043, so 133/4 miles. Like that, and like that. That looks good if you ask me. We are probably going to turn base a little earlier though, so that's why I'm keeping the airplane on the descent over here. Generally speaking, assault should be at 210 knots maximum, 190 is planned by the FMS there, that's completely fine. Okay, so beautiful approach that we're looking at. The sun is also coming down. Luckily we are not landing into the sun, otherwise a visual approach like this would become almost impossible. So I'd say we can start that right-hand turn into the direction of assault. So turn right heading 320. And then let's put assault on top, please. Like that. Okay, LNAV available. LNAV, and give me a vertical speed here. 1000 to go. That's typical New York now. Coming in high, then getting the airplane low, and then we'll just fly the level off in order to get ourselves in. That's just initially you gotta stay above all the New York terminal airspace, then you're descending below the departures. So yeah, suppose that's what we gotta do. JFK traffic, speedbird 15 kilo heavy, 7 miles from assault for the RNAV GPS Zulu runway 13 left. So can you ground 1 to 1.9 can already be pre-selected over here, like that. So that's all looking good for the time being. Well then, that much for our entire setup. Everything's done, so I'm really looking forward to flying that approach now. Heading 325, Boeing aircraft, always gotta match those. Okay, and the snow over here just adds that little bit extra, doesn't it? So there's a Brooklyn Coast Guard Air Station, I think, over here. We'll be flying right over this. Okay, so assault 210 knots. Let's start slowing down here. Two on two is also gonna do the job. We got 15 miles remaining, so that's pretty much optimal timing right now. Okay, so passing assault, 210 knots, looking good, flaps 1, speed checked, and I'll just get her that tiny bit slower, just to be on the conservative side here. Lovely look down on the beaches. Well, probably not the type of beach where you want to go swimming, but you know where I'm going with that. Okay, so 1260 and VNAV. Flaps 5. Speed checked. Flaps 5. So we'll be ready to start the descent once VNAV is ready to start the descent, probably over Zadut. Alright, and speed and event, flaps 5 speed, and down we go. Cutting your traffic, speedboat 15 kilo heavy over Zadut for the RNAV Zulu 13 left. Alright, gear down, flaps 20, checked. Okay, up here all the lights are on, the cabin is ready. Cabin crew, please take your seats for landing. Alright, and flaps 30. Speed checked, flaps 30. So, VRF plus 5 is selected. Then, set the gun on altitude. And 3000 feet is set. So, landing checklist. Landing checklist complete. And with that, we are good to go to start that final approach. So, autopilot off. Flight directors off. And flight path vector on my side. So, runway heading 134 is set. So, approaching minimum almost. So, we are basically following that highway to the right, and then we're looking for the lead-in lights for 13 left. Checked. Continue. Why is the simulator hanging? Don't do that to me. Here we go again. So, following the highway, and now we're standing by for the leader lights. I can't see the poppies yet, but we do have VNAV guidance here to help us down. Checked. So, there's the runway. I think we're right on the poppy. And here's the lead-in lights. So keep descending, now we can clearly see the poppy. Slightly low, correcting.
500.
Alright, and back on the poppies. So, that little building over here, that's basically your turning point for the final.
Approaching 13 left.
Alright, that is looking good, isn't it? Gotta love this approach. Speed brake up, thrust goes normal. .100 knots. Manual brakes. 60 knots.
Meters remaining.
Canary ground, speedbird 15 kilo, vacating 13 left.
Speedbird 15 kilo, heavy, welcome to New York. Taxi right on to Delta Bravo to exit ramp, and take a right turn on Bravo to Terminal 8. You have a great night.
Right on Delta Bravo, right on to Bravo to the ramp to Terminal 8. Speedbird 15 kilo, thank you very much, you too. Alright, so here we are, then Delta Bravo, right on the Bravo, and then to Terminal 8. So just gotta find out where that is real quick. Cause unfortunately my typical resource of parking positions, aka Flight Radar 24, is currently a little laggy. And of course it doesn't say on here. So we'll keep it going slow. Parking gates, terminal 1578. So that's this one, that's terminal 7, and that's terminal 8. Beautiful. Alrighty. Then we know where to go, so let's clean her up. And we'll start the APU a little bit later on. Alright, and with that, welcome to New York. I would say that approach alone has been worth sitting there in cruise for those 8 hours, hasn't it? Absolutely gotta love it.
Sys 17 heavy, no further ATC is available. Monitor the CTAF 119.1. You have a safe flight.
Sure, 119er, decimal 1, Sys 17 heavy. Have a great day. Safe ready.
Okay, so we'll enter the ramp via Tango Alpha. That means we just don't have to miss where Bravo is eventually going to turn left. And then it's going to be somewhere over there at the main terminal. Okay, I would say that was a thoroughly enjoyable flight.
What are you requesting here, sir?
We're just waiting for our A-class American 2654.
American 2654, so sorry, but I thought I already sent it out to you, my apologies. You can put the PDC shortly, let me know when that comes up for you.
Alrighty, so Bravo is going to turn left over here, and then we are crossing the bridge towards that terminal. Why don't we just use the safe taxi map? It's easier, isn't it? Here we go. Alright, that's probably the easiest way to do this. So, turning off to the left over here. Now the question is, which airport is more complex? Is it Heathrow or is it JFK? I kind of tend to say JFK because Heathrow kind of looks a bit logical. And honestly, seeing all the history of JFK Airport over here. Ooh, that ramp looks interesting here. Let's hope we can actually get across it. Missing the text just by the looks of it. Was that supposed to be snow texture? I can't quite tell for sure. Speedbird 15 kilo, just wondering, our normal source for gates, aka the Flight Radar 24, seems a little laggy right now. Do you happen to know any precise parking spot for us?
Super 15 kilo, I do apologize. You came in a bit choppy there. Could you repeat that for me, sir?
15 kilo, Flight Radar 24 seems a bit laggy, so we can't figure out an exact parking spot. Do you happen to know one for us?
Not in particular that I'm personally aware of. The best of my knowledge goes that British Airways parks up at Terminal 8 there. Any gate, I just give you any open gate, any gate that's available for you, you can have.
That sounds good, thanks. That's easier in the real world. In the real world, you call up ramp and they know exactly where you're parking. So we'll be taxiing past that little ramp tower over there, and then we'll go left behind it, and that's where we are going to park. Okay, so that's going to be parking number 10 then. Terminal 8, parking 10. Let's see what GSX says. So, 8 concourse B, I hope? Well, they give us 14. That down here as well? Yeah, would have been here, okay. So we take number 6, a little bit further straight ahead. Okay, handling by shipport, and there we are. Including a couple of lags, which tells us that GSX has loaded. Lovely. Always the easiest way to tell. Alright then. Stand 10 is over here, we go a couple further. I honestly gotta say, the textures over here at Terminal 8 are quite a bit better than those over at Terminal 4, where we are normally parking when flying here, since we are usually coming in on Lufthansa. Alright, so, stand number 6, here it is, and there is a guidance system fitted there. Alright. Lights off. I really love IndyBuild's New York JFK. It's a beautiful scenery. Probably their best one to this date. I am recording this before they're releasing Hong Kong though, so I don't know about that yet. Okay, 772 is on the guidance system, that's perfect. And there's a couple of freedom units on the guidance system. Over here it's actually realistic. Okay, and the parking brake is set, APU running is confirmed, and shut down. 1 and 2. Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross-check. Alright, then let's go ahead and shut her down. Okay, let's see, transponder 2000 and standby, and then we can do the shutdown checklist, please. Parking brake is set, and that's the shutdown checklist complete. Oh, flight ground, hello. Hi, how are you doing? Alright, doing very good. The trucks are in position, and you can release a parking brake, please. And we don't have any ground power available in this position, so you'll be on APU. Roger that, thank you very much. Parking brake is released, and then I see you up here in a moment. Thank you. 15 kilo shutting down, thanks for controlling. See you next time. Alright, the fuel is looking good, and should tell the controller on the active. 15 kilo shutting down, thanks, see you next time.
Thank you, flying to New York, come back soon.
Alright, so everything looking good over here, then let's go ahead and call for deboarding. Here we go. Well, my friends, and with that, welcome to New York. Thank you very much for watching. Now I'm getting a ground power nonetheless over here. And then I'm really looking forward to welcome you all again on the next one. thank you very much. As always, be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and if you really love what I'm doing on this channel, I would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me Coffee link in the video description below. Thank you very much for watching, and yep, I'm looking forward to see you all again right on the next one.